Welcome back to Healing with Experience podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. And today the topic is I'm tired of being the strong one. Today we're switching it up. I'm not here to inspire, I'm here to be real. I'm tired of being the strong one, the one who's always okay, the one everybody calls, but nobody checks on. If you feel that too, you're in the right space. How being strong became my identity. Being strong became my identity because I had no other choice. Growing up in Chicago with just my dad and the women that he married that treated me poorly as if I wasn't even a human being. Staying in the house at the age of 9 years old, watching three kids that was 4 years younger than me. I'm moving to my stepmother's house at the time, me and my dad, with her kids. And she gave me the room in the basement. And I was expected to sleep in the basement at the age of 9 and watch her kids when they went out and partied, going with my mom, being kicked out at the age of 16, having my first child at the age of 18, taking abuse from the sperm donor, carrying the child all on my own with very little support from my father and my grandmother. I didn't have no other choice but to be strong. Being strong became my real identity. But everything I just said, I was meant for it. I was built for it. It was in me. And God already knew it was His plan for me to be sitting right here in front of this camera, sharing my testimony, making a life-changing impact on somebody's life. Do I regret having to be strong? I don't. Do I get tired? Of course. How it feels to be emotionally exhausted, but still expected to lead or help. Feeling emotionally exhausted is when you're around a whole bunch of people that can't even acknowledge or help anything that you're doing, and you still have to lead the way. It can be very hard. It can be very depressing. You can have a lot of anxiety on the way. But when you're strong, you come out of that. If you let yourself come out of it. Mentally, to lead now, I always had to take a break and get myself together. If it was a week break, if it was 3 days, however, whatever time I needed, I always needed to take my mental breaks. Always. And then as far as leading and helping, I think that that's just I'm not even going to say I think, that's my nature. Leading and helping is my passion. It's my nature. It's what I do. It's what I'm called here to do. So even though I can be exhausted emotionally, my heart is so pure that I would still lead and help someone else. The toll it takes on my mental health. Depending on who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to someone that I know that comes off that may need help or a little guidance, and I try to help them by giving them some resources or advice, and they turn around and make it like I never tried to help them and I'm just trying to attack them, or I'm just this person that's so bad, or I'm this person that is evil, or whatever it is that may come to their mind at that time. Mentally, that takes a toll on me. I don't really feel like I waste my time, but I feel like I waste my breath. Even talking to them, even trying to hear them, even trying to see them. But the people that I can actually help, that listens and apply it, it makes me smile in the inside because, again, it's my passion to help and direct somebody to go the right way. So mentally, the only time it takes a heavy toll on me is when I feel like I've wasted my breath. I feel like nothing clicked to this person. And then it's just still a dead mission. That's when it can definitely take a toll on me. Why am I choosing rest, softness, and boundaries now? Well, first off, I got to get the rest, baby. Because you got to get that beauty rest, baby, if you're going to show up and look like this every time. Like this video if you agree. Comment on this video if you agree. You got to get your beauty. But yeah, when you that girl, you got to make sure you get your rest. You got to make sure you get 8+ hours, period. I don't care. You got to make sure you get that rest, baby, so you can be able to do what you need to do. Because if you don't get that rest, you ain't getting you ain't getting none of the nutrients you need for real. You're not getting none of the health benefits you need for real because you're not getting any rest. So if a man, if a friend, if a family member make you lose some sleep at night, baby, I'm gonna need for you to let them go. Because you're supposed to be able to get that rest. Period. Softness. I choose softness because I'm a girl's girl and I love to be a lady. I love to just be a soft, lovable person. I love to be clingy to my spouse. I love to take care of my spouse and treat my spouse with the utmost respect as long as I'm not being disrespected. One thing about me that I have learned in my years of relationships is if a person treat me a certain way, I'm out. Because the only thing that's going to happen is you treat me this way, you act all hard and tough, that's all I'm going to do because I match energy very well. And so whenever I meet the right guy that know how to treat me, it's up. I'm in my soft girl era for sure. I'm in my soft girl era right now, being single as a single woman. I'm in my soft girl era. The only time I'm not in my soft girl era is when a masculine man try to come and be too masculine and controlling. I ain't having that one. You can move around with that one. I've been there, done that. Comment if you agree. As far as boundaries, I have those. I have standards higher than my high heels. I earned that. I deserve that. Because my boundaries ain't no better than nobody else's boundaries. And if you have boundaries, I respect them. And I'm going to respect every boundary you have. And I expect you to respect mine. And that's that. Personal moment when you broke down and no one knew. I would have to say I break down a whole lot and people don't know. I just, I just carry it well. And I know how to turn my feelings off and control my emotions now. And so it's plenty of times where I break down and people don't know. Sometimes it can be a few times a week. Sometimes it can be one time a week. I break down. I'm human. I break down just like anybody else. So breaking down and nobody knows sometimes it's best. Because when you break down in front of people, they don't do nothing but talk about you. Go tell the next person, oh yeah, she was just breaking down off the bench. Nah, I'm cool. I break down in silence. Just me and God. But just know, When them tears hit the ground, baby, I'm watering a legacy. I turn my tears into purpose. I turn my pain into purpose. So every time I cry, I'm watering something, baby. Period. Let's be real. I'm tired of being the strong one. Tired of showing up for everybody while no one checks on me. I don't want to be praised for how much I can take. I want peace. I want rest. I want softness. And I'm not apologizing for that. If you ever felt this way, like being strong is all people saw, or being strong is all people see, you're not alone. Let's talk about it. DM me or drop a comment whenever you're listening. If you can relate to what we talked about today as far as being strong, like this video. Share this video out to anybody who may need it. It don't cost you a thing to like or share this video. Share it, like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on episode 10. We done did it again. I'll see you back here next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember that God loves you, and so do I. Enjoy the rest of y'all week.